All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday night YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, etc. Periscope, YouTube Live. So as always, I always like to kind of remind you, the goal tonight is to break down the watch list, the how, the why. I mean, it's one thing to it's obviously one thing to get a watch list in your email, which is awesome. Hey, who doesn't like that? But something that I like to focus on is what's the why? What's the how and the why? Okay, it's like, I mean, it's great. Check out the watch list. It's at stocksandtrade.com/watch list. It's 100% free. Do it every Sunday. But the biggest thing I always talk about is I want you to be self-sufficient and be able to do all this stuff yourself. Because at the end of the day, dang it. It's funny, not to get too off track, but like literally was like the most overused term of 2019. And I feel like at the end of the day is setting up to be the most overused term of 2020. And I keep falling into that trap of saying at the end of the day. So I apologize in advance if I say at the end of the day. So that being said, the goal for these all of these videos, whether it be the live videos, whether it be the tips, whether it be the podcast, all this stuff we put on the channel, I want you to be able to do all of this yourself. I mean, it's not about picks, but it's about learning how to find these setups. And, every week I'm here breaking down these tickers, and the truth is laid out. And today, 5 for 5. Now, some of them were slower than the others, but all 5 of the stocks on the watch list, end of the day, green on the day. And that's what I want you to be able to do. I want you to be able to take 16,000 stocks, turn it into a watch list of, a handful, and then turn that handful of stocks that you're watching into profitable trades. So, all right, remember, drop those questions wherever you're watching from. If you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching on Periscope, if you're on YouTube, I've got my team watching all of the chats. So drop those questions wherever you're watching from. They'll pick them up. They'll shoot them to me over on Slack, and I will answer those after I run through the watch list. So that being said, one thing I would like to comment on. Ooh, look at that. Look at that SPY. Shaky morning. Thursday was ugly. Friday was choppy. It had looked like an ugly day starting today, and then ground all the way back green into the afternoon. One of the biggest reasons I want all of you to focus on afternoon trading. There's so many fake out moves in pre-market and early in the day. I hate to beat the drum over and over again, but one of my favorite sayings in trading is amateurs open the, and write this down, okay? Amateurs open the market, professionals close it. And one of the big things that really kind of drives me nuts is this fixation on pre-market trading and trading at the open, just because there's all these movements. And I mean, I blame a lot of stuff on social media, but I blame a lot of that just on Twitter and stuff like that, where these, I make fun of the bros all the time. There's the bros that are like, nailed 9 trades by 9:01 a.m., bro. Come make bank with me, bro. And I just don't think that's real trading. And I'll tell you over and over again, wait for the afternoon confirmation, and you saw that today. I mean, look at that. Look at that 2 p.m. red to green move on the SPY. If you waited to make any decisions, whether you were swing trading, investing, long-term holding, day trading, if you would have waited to make decisions into the afternoon session, I think your odds of success would have been much higher. So, all right, let's get to work, my friends. WRTC. We talked about this. I said on the watch list, pretty rough end of the week, but this thing held up, and had a big Friday. And they issued some PRs, and this is, I always want to be careful with how to phrase these things, but so WRTC is a non-lethal containment device. Okay, check out. We're not much big on fundamentals here, so check out their webpage. Okay, go to wraptechnologies.com. All right. One of the cool things about Stocks to Trade, we have all the profile data in the platform. I mean, obviously, I'm biased. Get Stocks to Trade. Everything's in one spot, okay? If I want to go to the webpage, I can go to the webpage. I go to the profile tab. I click one click, and then guess what? I can see their super cool non-lethal containment technology, okay? But, I mean, check out, get Stocks to Trade. Anyway, so the fact is we've got this civil unrest protest, a lot of stuff going on in the world. I'm not here to talk politics, but we've seen these non-lethal plays run in the past, especially when we're talking about police violence. And, listen, I won't get trapped. You will not bait me into taking a side on this, okay? I have my personal beliefs. I have my own philosophy. I'm here to talk trades. I'm here to talk setups. I'm here to talk making money. I won't get baited into discussing any sort of controversial subject. But, the world is what it is. Non-lethal plays, I think, are going to be in play for the time being. The administration is given a press conference about police reform tomorrow. I think non-lethal stuff is going to be part of that. Now, that being said, this was on the watch list before we knew about the press conference, before we knew what was happening tomorrow. Why? That's what I'm here to give you, is the why. It's simple breakouts on high volume with stocks with news and lower float. WRTC, I get it. It's 16 million float. This isn't what we consider a traditional low float, but 16 million shares, is really on the low end scale. And you see the stock, and what I want you to look for this on Fridays, on weekends. Hot sector, news, technical breakouts, and intraday breakouts. So now it closed up 10%. I'm not saying this is the greatest stock in the world, but going into that press conference tomorrow, I think you'd be happy if you would have bought it this morning on that breakout over 850 or 9. So all right. That being said, next is DOCU. High price stock. Very high price stock. Okay? But what do we got here? What do we got here? These guys, and remember, this was on the watch list back. If you were on the weekly watch list, go to stockstrade.com/watchlist. This is on the watch list at that like $92 break and the $100 break. And I get it. Many of you might be low price stock traders, and you might be like, oh, $100 stock. But think about it. Even if you have a small account, what if you would have bought the breakout at 100 with 10 shares? You know, I mean, 10 shares and you're up $65 a share at this point. Or let's say you waited and you got in today at that breakout at 156, 155. Well, actually 152 was the breakout level, but whatever your entry was, this thing just gradually uptrended. Notice the chart, the intraday chart, something we look for all the time. Never broke VWAP, never broke below VWAP, hugged VWAP, trended nicely higher all day. This is a real company. You're not going to get some sketchy intraday offering and it drops 30 or 40% out of the blue. This is not a penny stock. Now, I'll move on because I know most of you are low price stock traders, but Diesel Pete's, you know, in a few months, if you had 10 shares, you're up $65 a share. Low and a very, very, very low risk setup. Winner number two. Netty. Wild mover. Listen, I did not expect this. Okay. I'm gonna call it, you know, I'm gonna call this a winner from the watch list simply because it went from 6 to 14, you know, by the market open. So I kind of got to be like, hey, called it. Now, did I at all, when I'm running my scans on Sunday, when I'm building my watch list, did I have any premonition that this would go from, you know, basically 5 to 14? No, I didn't. But what am I going to tell you? You know, and so much of the stuff is just simple, okay? I mean, did I have some sort of crystal ball? Did the stock market gods, you know, open the sky and say this weekend and be like, Tim, put Netty on your watch list. It's going to run 150%. No, that didn't happen. I run a scan on the weekend that's looking for stocks that are at multi-month highs, that have news, that are low float, that trade unusual volume. Netty shows up. After that huge move, I mean, most traders, and this is what I don't get about these times. Most traders would be like, "Oh, it went from 2 to 5. It's up. It's quote unquote up too much." That is what's so wild about this market right now. Is 100%, 200%, 300% moves are not up too much. Get out of that mindset, man. Get out of that loser mindset. These stocks are just getting started when they got 4 million float and they trade 15 million shares on Friday. And then they put out some... Listen, the PR today was very dubious, okay? I'm not saying that the PR today was like something great. But they put out the PR. Shorts get squeezed. We rip to the upside. And it repeats and it repeats and it repeats. And then Netty proceeds to trade 40 million shares today with a 4 million float. And still, it faded all day, but still closes up 43%. So that's the biggest takeaway on NETE is you might be like, why did you put a stock up, 200% on the watch list? The recipe's there. It's there. And it happens over and over and over again. Last one is PRTY. Boring stock. Slow mover. But it did a red to green. It closed up 6% on the day. Probably breaks 2 tomorrow. I mean, it's a retailer. I'm not in love with retailers, but Listen, I get it. It's not up 600%, but it did a week open red to green, which is a pattern we look for every single day, especially on this was an earnings winner last week. So when you got an earnings winner, you get a red to green, you get a nice slowly uptrending stock. So let's say it goes up 6% today, 4% tomorrow, 5% the next day. Not bad. And then the last one of the week, and then we'll get to Q&A, Snapchat. Love me. You know, what did I say earlier? Amateurs open the market, professionals close it. Look at that afternoon red to green on a real stock, you know, that's near 52-week highs. I actually need to be careful doing that. I've got this like supercomputer PC with 8 monitors, and for a while I had a loose video card. And when I did that, everything would reboot. But anyway, love that red to green on Snap. You know, listen, everyone's using social media more. It's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. Snapchat, I make fun of people with a short attention span a lot, but it's the world we live in. So I think if you had to invest in a low price stock, I love Snap. But that being said, I almost forgot. We did the episode 150 of the Steady Trade podcast. I'll make sure the team drops the links in chat. You know, it's wild to look back on the podcast, and I hope all of you listen to it. I hope you check it out, man. 150 episodes. I think we're 2.5 years in, and man, as proud as I am of the podcast and the consistency, showing up every week, never missing a week. 150 episodes later, check it out, man. Just Steven, most of you probably know Steven Johnson, my podcast co-host. Man, it's funny. I actually when I talk about that guy, and I'll try and keep the bromance to a low. We'll get to Q&A, but I seriously get like goosebumps talking about that guy, man. He started out, a clueless gunslinger, just blowing up accounts, doing random stuff, and man, he's turned, and it's all on the podcast. I tell you, start out with the beginning and listen to them all, and something I'm really, really proud of is working with Steven, and if I just contributed a small, I think a lot of it was self-learned. Steven put in the time, the effort, the work. You know, I'm not trying to take any sort of claim, maybe like 1% or 2% of working with him and coaching him, but check out that episode. Check out Steven. I mean, guys, if I don't misquote me, I think he made like $15,000 in May trading part-time with a full-time job from Dubai, no less. I mean, that's the wild thing about Steven. Keep in mind, he's trading, I think 8 or 9 hours ahead of Eastern time. Not ideal times. Many of you ask me that question. Many of you are like, I'm West Coast time, I'm Europe time, I'm Tokyo time, I'm Australia time. Can I trade? Steven's doing it from, Dubai. I mean, you can Google it. I think it's 7 or 8 hours ahead. So he only trades the morning. And again, he put in the time, the effort, and last I remember, made like $15,000 last month. Trading part-time. All right. That being said, let's get to some Q&A. How do you avoid fake-out breakouts in stocks like EDSA at 9.55 and wait for the real breakout at 10.20? Does it come with experience in reviewing trades? I'll tell you this. Maiwand, great question. This might not be the answer you want, Maiwand, but EDSA was a pain in the butt today. Maybe you were on the Instagram Live. By the way, guys, go to stockstotrade.com, or nope, sorry, Instagram.com/stockstotrade. My team will drop the link in chat. Every morning, I'm live, talking tickers, talking the plan of the day. So I'm guessing, Maiwand, you were on the Instagram Live. I was like, whoa, EDSA, great looking dip and rip. So here's the thing, Maiwand. I know, and this is something that I will be the first to admit. I drink a lot of coffee, okay? I'm very high energy, okay? I got up today at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. It's now 8:20 p.m., okay? So I've done 3 webinars, a podcast, an Instagram Live, traded my own account, replied to 100 emails, got outside, mowed my lawn, walked my dog, worked out, read a book. All right? I'm very high energy. But something I always will tell you, Maiwand, is none of these setups I talk about, none of them, none of these setups are 100%. You will get failed dip and rips. You will get failed 52-week breakouts. You will get failed earnings winners. You will get failed VWAP hold high-a-day breaks. You will get failed. Every setup in the world will fail. That's why you have a stop loss. So EDSA was tricky today, I admit. But if you had a stop, you take a paper cut, you move on, stock proceed to fade all day long. You lose $50, you lose $100, whatever that number is. Doesn't destroy your account. Small losses, small losses, small losses. Number one way to stay in the game is sticking to your plan and taking small losses. So, short answer, Maiwand, is how do you avoid something like EDSA? Here we go. Hashtag unpopular opinion. I don't think you avoid them, Maiwand. You don't. If the volume was there, the breakout was there, the float rotation was there, the news was there on EDSA, there is no way to avoid them. If this is your ticker of the day, you will take losers. Now, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next decade. You'll buy failed breakouts. You'll short failed breakdowns. You'll take losses over and over and over again. That's why you have a plan. That's why you stick to the loss. So, sorry, Maiwand. Might not be the answer you want, but in my opinion, you don't avoid them. You just manage risk and you keep your losses small. Netty was profitable, spiking during pre-market and kept dropping afterwards. Isn't it bad to trade pre-market? Nanofication, I will move on quickly. We're running out of time. Nanofication, this is the answer you'll hear me give over and over and over again. I've been actively day trading for 15 years. I know a lot of people in day trading, okay? I like to consider, I'm proud of my ability to network, okay? That's something, when you're talking about your skill set, you should be good at networking. If you want to be successful at anything, I don't care what it is, business, trading, podcasting, construction, food carts, okay? I don't care what you're trying to succeed in. You should work on your networking skills. I'm going somewhere. Hang with me. I'm very well networked in the day trading community, and I can tell you this. I don't know anybody that is consistently profitable trading in pre-market. You win some, you lose some, you win some, you lose some, you win some, you lose some. And then all of a sudden, you used all your day trades and you're down $100. Or you're break even because you're trying to trade in pre-market. That's the best answer I can give you is that. I don't know anybody that over time, now maybe today, maybe this week, but over time, I don't know anybody that's consistently profitable trading in pre-market. Hey Tim, any good resources for taxes as far as trading goes? Okay. I'm always going to give the same answer. Just hire a CPA. Go to Google reviews, ask someone. It's like a few $100, okay? To have now it may vary depending where you are. Okay, I'm in rural Michigan, so the cost of a CPA is probably on the low end. If you're in San Francisco or New York City, it's probably considerably higher. But I will always just say this, trading is stressful enough. There's so much stress with trading. Just pay a professional, And if it's $200 or it's $500 or it's $1,000, and you know that if something is goofed up, there's a licensed professional that prepared your taxes and you can go back on them. To me, it's like, and most of you know I was a small businessman. I had a business for 15 years. 17 years. So this is something you'll read in business books over and over again. Have a great relationship with your banker, your lawyer, and your accountant. Okay? So if you're in business, the three people that you want to buy lunch for, send Christmas cards, send them a hey, how you doing email, your banker, your lawyer, and your accountant. So that's my answer. Spend the money, and then you don't have to worry about it. If I join Stocks to Trade Pro, will you actually be available in chat to respond to trading questions real time? So I'm going to finish on this one because it's a great question. So we renamed Stocks to Trade Pro the Steady Trade Team. Check out the link in chat. Phoenix, every day. Never miss a day. I'm in chat by 6 a.m. Latest I'm in chat is 6 a.m. answering questions. A lot of days I'm there 4:45, 5 a.m. I'm always there by 6 a.m. answering questions all the way up in the open when I go live at 9 a.m. and every single day. Every single day! I don't miss days, okay? I've been doing Stocks to Trade Pro, a.k.a. the Steady Trade Team, for 4.5 years. I never miss. I don't call in sick. Okay? I don't take vacation days. Time off. Well, I won't rant too much, but I don't believe in time off. I don't believe in sick days. I'm there to help you learn trading every single day, and I'm in chat every morning answering questions all day long, live at 9 a.m., live at 3:30 p.m. There's a reason I'm here, okay? At 8 p.m. Eastern after I've been up for 14 hours or whatever it is. The biggest goal I have is to make everyone successful. My family, my friends, people on YouTube, people on Facebook, people on Twitter, people on Twitch. I don't believe in this scarcity mindset. I don't believe in it at all. I believe in the abundance mindset. I think there is unlimited opportunity out there for everyone. everyone, if you're willing to work hard, go through the suck, okay? Get David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, okay? You have to read that. If you're willing to put in the time, the effort, go through the shitty times along with the good times, the stock market provides unlimited potential for opportunity. We can all be successful. It's not this winners versus losers crap. That's the greatest thing about the stock market. People will call the stock market a zero-sum game. It's not. We can all win. Well, obviously the low-float short sellers are going to lose because that's what they do. But everyone on this webinar, everyone, can be successful at this. That's what I'm here for. That's why I get up at 4:30 a.m. That's why I'm still here at 8:30 p.m. and why I'll be back up at 4:30 tomorrow. Because I want you to be successful. I want you to achieve everything you want to. I don't get this Machiavellian, Schadenfreude. Sorry. One of the craziest things that blows me away is Schadenfreude. Okay? Google the term. It's like basically the summary is enjoying people failing. My entire philosophy is the opposite of Schadenfreude. Check out the Steady Trade team. Check out the podcast. Check out Instagram Live. Would love to see you there tomorrow morning, 8:30 Eastern. And grind. Stock trading might be the most difficult thing let me back up. Stock trading is the most difficult thing you will ever try and do. But it's accessible to everyone. And all it takes is time, effort, and discipline. That's all it takes. Simple stuff. I mean, it's hard. But everything's hard. Everything worth doing is hard. Time, effort, discipline. Show up every day. Track your setups. Track your charts. Review your trades. Think about your psychology. Put in the time, the effort, and the discipline, and you can achieve this. So, all right, everyone. Good stuff tonight. As usual, I talk too much. Bunch of questions I didn't get to. I promise you, I answer every question I have time for. It's just I talk too much. I'm way too verbose. So, last reminder, I will be live on Instagram tomorrow morning. Go to stockstrade.com/Instagram, 8:30 Eastern. Would love to see you there. Have a great night, my friends. We live in the greatest time in history. Hope to see you. If I don't see you in Stocks Trade Pro or the Instagram Lives, I'll see you next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night.